How's it going, everybody? My name is Philip, and today we're going to be reacting to American basketball players talking about the European basketball atmosphere. Now, I kind of did something similar to this in the past, and someone just recently requested this. And I thought that it's actually something that I've been kind of curious about, because I think I might have mentioned it in the video as well. But one thing that got me started, it started getting me thinking that it would be kind of cool. One thing that I think would be kind of cool, especially as someone that doesn't really get into basketball, that's not 100% into basketball. I played in high school only because we didn't have enough people to make a full team. That's the only reason why I made it. Don't start thinking I was good enough to make my high school basketball team. Same with American football. We didn't have enough people. Which you're probably thinking, how? It was a flag football. It wasn't tackle. We were only able to fill enough for a flag football team. And no contact. I mean, there was blocking, but that's about it. There's no tackling. But one thing that got me really thinking, one thing that I would love to see happen is an NBA team, whoever wins the next championship, the next final, whoever that may be, whether it's LA Lakers, Los Angeles Lakers. It feels weird saying LA or LA Lakers, but like it doesn't matter. LA Lakers, the Warriors, who care? Anyone else that I can't think of because I really only know those two. Oh, who's the Sacramento team? Kings, Clippers, Cavaliers, because they played Warriors in the past, right? Yeah. All the teams else. New York Knicks. Is that? No, Boston Celtics is one. I definitely know that one. Anyways, before I continue to embarrass myself on my lack of basketball team knowledge, Chicago Bulls. How did I forget that one? I love Michael Jordan, primarily because of Space Jam. But before I continue, whoever wins should play in Europe against the European champions. Kind of like in a way, there's like, you know how I don't know if anyone that's watching this is a big UEFA Champions League fan, but something similar to that where the best teams collide. Best teams from US, I was going to say CONCACAF, but let's face it, I don't know if any of the Central American teams are actually playing basketball. So, so the best team in the U.S. / Canada, I don't even know if Mexico plays basketball, but best team in the U.S. versus the best team in Europe. And they play in the European stadium. And then they broadcast it live for the world to see. Because one thing that I've noticed is that here in the U.S., we tend to think that we're the best at every sport except for soccer / football. You know, like, we just say, in baseball, whoever wins the championship, they won the World Series. Because, it's not like anyone else plays the damn sport. I'm just saying, in American football, of course they're going to be world champs because I don't think anyone else plays it. I think England kind of, but it's not as big. Hockey is... I guess hockey. The KHL, I don't think it's that great. I still would love to see a international tournament between the two, just so we could finally claim the official world champs. Basketball, they just assume, world champs. Like, I would love to see a European kick our asses. Not gonna lie. I would love it if a European basketball team beat the champions of the NBA. Not gonna lie. I feel the same in every sport except for soccer, because we're not the best in soccer, and everyone tends to know that, especially the women who like to brag about it. And although it's true, playing level is completely different, but we're not getting into that. But let's get into how the blah blah blah. So basically, I'm just excited to get to learn what the basketball players think, because just watching the soccer atmospheres is fantastic. The football, sorry for all you Europeans. Those in itself are fantastic. And when I watch the basketball, fantastic, phenomenal, amazing. The closest we got to that is college, and that's not as great, I don't think, as European. Just saying. Professionals. Yeah. Let's check it out. As always, the link to the original video will be down in the description down below if you want to check it out. And I saw there's a couple one. If there's a different version of this that you would like me to react to, let me know in the comment section below. And I will give it a watch as well. Like I said, this was the first one or one of the ones that I saw, so I just clicked on one. I thought I kind of like saw the preview, didn't fully watch it. Just like I said, saw the preview, clicked on it.
Hate it or not, this is real shit. There's no atmosphere like EuroLeague.
Yo, that's dope. I love it. Yo, how's that not setting off any smoke alarms though? That's my one thing.
And I'm talking about, bro, I done been in finals, I done been in big game sevens, I done been in whatever you want to call it, bro. I've never played in anything other than...
I'm probably not going to know any of the basketball players as well.
That's another story. But I've never been in an environment like EuroLeague, bro.
Being in Europe, playing in front of those crowds, I've seen videos of those crowds being tough. Is that what gives you the experience to play in front of, NBA type crowds and be able to withstand trash talk? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's some really tough crowds in Europe, especially Greece, Serbia, Turkey. I think those are the three like really tough crowds to play in.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's hard to listen to your teammate right next to you because they cheer so loud.
And so I walk in the gym in Belgrade, and I'm talking about 2 hours before the game, 2.5 hours before the game. It's full, like not a seat nowhere. Everything black and white. They singing, you can't hear, and I'm like, man, I'm trying to get some shots up, but like it's just dumb loud in here. Like I had my headphones on, I couldn't even hear the music in my headphones. I was like, I'm gonna just take these jokes off. So get the warm up in, we go out there, we play, and I mean, just the introduction. The game hadn't even started yet. The introduction was so live, like it was something that I had never seen before, and it's just like, and I've been to Maryland, in America, man, you have some of the greatest fans.
I'm sorry. What is Maryland? I'm sorry. I don't understand. I'm probably not going to understand some of this, and I'll probably have to look it up. What does Maryland have to do? Is basketball, the college, are they loud in Maryland or something like that? I don't know jack shit. I need to watch some college sports stuff as well. That's another thing. I don't know jack shit about college sports. Not even soccer.
Never. But it don't come close to what you see over here. Don't come close. I mean, you would be uncomfortable in a crowd over there. Yeah, like you guys have been over there, but for people that haven't been over there, you would be uncomfortable. You would be like, I don't feel safe. Right. And exit. You'll start looking for the exit, and then you probably still wouldn't be able to get there. It's like that. Like these games get really intense.
I was in a situation where I'm walking into the gym, and it's a rivalry game, and one of the fans from the other team spit right on my face, dog.
Yeah.
Now, the man that I am says automatic, we got to handle this, period. Right? That's just the man that I am.
Yeah.
In the situation and me having some kind of awareness of how this works, I went just like this.
You gotta be smart.
Bro, I went just like this. I wiped it off with my shoulder and kept it pushing.
Yo, okay, that reminds me. So there's a video of I guess more recently, since when they first started letting fans back into the NBA, and people acting ridiculous, not like that, but like they're throwing stuff, they're dropping stuff, and people getting all upset. And then there's a video of Taylor Twellman, who, for anyone that doesn't know, Taylor Twellman was a former United States national football player. And he's talking about going down to Central America, going to like El Salvador, Honduras. He's going. They go down there and they play. They getting bags of piss. They getting fucking shit thrown at them, like actual poop. Like he's talking about like actual human fecal matter thrown at him. You know, and it's insane. And I always thought it was fucking ridiculous that people even think to throw stuff like that. I understand not liking someone, but to be throwing your own like feces at people is ridiculous. But again, it's one of those things. I was raised up here in the U.S. where, you know, we don't see shit like that. You know, in Central America, who knows how often they do that? You know, it's just the matter of different perspectives, and strangely, it's taken me a long time to realize that. It's ridiculous.
I wiped it off of my shoulder and kept it pushing like it didn't happen.
Like it ain't nothing. It was
Like,
those kind of situations. You gotta be smart, but this comes to being socially aware. You know, common sense ain't that common. Who really got it in their mind that they gonna go up there and then they gonna get the person that spit on them.
Nah, you're gonna have to handle everybody in that section.
You gonna go up there, you gonna get beat down.
If you live, you won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you might get stuck.
Yeah.
You gonna get stuck.
Yeah.
You gonna get stuck to how it was with Indiana and Detroit when they had the mouse in the palace. You know, and they went up in there, and not to highlight anything negative about those guys, but they went up in the stands. You know, they handled their business. I can tell you like this: if they did that in Europe,
no, it wouldn't down like that.
whole situation. Because I mean, you don't just got 10, 15 fans that you're trying to get at.
No,
you got a whole gym.
Yeah.
You got to understand it's the whole gym. It's not just one section.
Indiana was on the whole road. Think about on the road.
It's not enough police. There's not enough security. It's not enough. If it really breaks down in there, if it really goes down, I done had situations, you know.
That's why he's doing it on the court and not to the fans.
Rivalry, man. I done had situations where I done had to haul ass off the court.
Yeah.
Haul ass off the court, get to the locker room. If somebody get in your way, man, run over them. It's not no stop. They're not stopping till you get in the locker room. Like a gym of 17,000 people, you talking about you taking on one of them? Nah, you taking on 17,000. You're going to catch 17,000 boots to the face. You just got to be smart.
Your admiration for the Maccabi fans and, you know, the type of atmosphere that, you know, that it is for people that have never been, you know, to a game there. You know, what it's like.
I mean, it's tough to describe without being there. Like I try to describe it to people, like my friends back home. Like they've been to games, but never a EuroLeague game like that. And it's tough to describe without being part of it, because it's not something. At least me and my friends, you know, playing Division III, we don't have these.
Not gonna lie, I want to go to one. I don't even care much for basketball. I just think the atmosphere itself will be phenomenal.
Watching, they're on every call, they're on every sub, they're watching the bench, they're watching during timeouts. You know, they're in the game with you. Before start until after finish, you know.
And I think this year when we played there was by far the loudest.
That game was
crazy. It was crazy, bro. It was like I couldn't even hear. Like that was by far the loudest. Probably one of the loudest arenas I've been in my career, and the loudest by far that I've seen it there.
Anything there on purpose because.
Okay, so just talking about this one, is that an Israeli team or a Ukrainian team, or is that just something completely different? The Maccabi Fox, because I know for soccer wise, football wise, that's the Ukraine colors, yellow and blue. But they have the Jewish star. Looks at least like the star from the Israel flag. So let me know in the comment section below, because obviously the other one's Moscow and that's Russia. So I could clearly know that one. But the other one, Maccabi, I'll probably look that up as well. But yeah, it's just
I've been in my career, and the loudest by far that I've seen it there.
Anything there on purpose because I wanted to let you finish, but like, man, like Greece is the craziest.
Or is it Greece?
In the world. Like I try to tell people about this, and actually my ball in a broad story was a Greece story. It was like we were playing PAOK in the 3rd and 4th place game, which is like some people call it like the real championship of Greece, because every year it's either like, you know, it's going to be Olympiacos or Panathinaikos. So it's like that 3rd, 4th place is like the 3rd place is like that's the championship for all the other teams. So we were in that, and we were playing PAOK in our city, and they didn't let any of the fans in, the opposing fans in those arenas. But we went to PAOK, and it was like game 3 or 4 or whatever it was, and man, they threw one of those flares into our huddle, but it was one of those flares that explodes at the end.
Oh,
right?
shit.
Like the firecracker ones, and it was like an M80, and that thing exploded in our huddle. They like shut down the game. We ran out through the tunnel, and it was just like, it was the wildest thing ever. And like, it was like the same game. I think like they were spitting on us, throwing those like the. You see those streamers, and people think I used to think it was like toilet paper, right? Like, oh, it's just toilet. It's like receipt paper or something, right? Like with that hard spool in the middle. Yeah. And like sometimes what they do is they don't take the tape off it, so it streams. It's like a rock. And I got hit in the nuts in the warm up line, like, it was like they're like, whatever you do, don't go down. I was like,
I'm sorry, how you not going down after you get a nut shot? Like, especially if it hit you directly in the nuts. How you not go down on that? That might sound a bit weird, but
it's like it honestly wasn't even fun because it was like, this is like just dangerous.
It's terrifying.
It was like we played one game there and they were having a TV strike. So we played and all of a sudden a bunch of guys in masks just came and knocked down all the cameras in the arena. And I'm just looking like, and everybody's just like, nothing happens. Like they literally jumped down, took all the cameras, smashed them on the ground and left. And everybody just like, it was like normal. I'm like, this is.
That's what I'm saying. Europeans,
like,
we see Europeans as like, insane.
Experiences like that. I mean, I think anybody that has played in Greece, like I said before, like they have a story. They have like wild stories about.
Especially if any of them played in 2004, I believe. If any of them played in 2004 when Greece won the Euros, that's probably insane. Like how we have like here in the U.S. when certain teams win the World Series, whatever championship it may be, football, basketball, baseball, and people people tend to go insane and crazy. That's kind of how I imagine. Europe. Like if they win, they'll go ape shit crazy. Cause I say that respectfully. I say that in the sense of we see it as ape shit crazy when that's just a normal Tuesday, It's just different. Again, different perspectives.
Canis, you play overseas where the atmosphere, we've heard stories, but what's the wildest you've seen it over there?
Okay, so Turkey. If you talk about rivalries, if you're Gala or you're Fener, it's like real.
Now, what's a Gala and a Fener?
So Galatasaray and Fenerbahce are two clubs that are rivals.
Okay. So I've heard of Galatasaray because it's also soccer,
so they
football.
Light coins on fire and they throw it on the floor, and it'll burn holes like in the ground. So much so that when it's a regular season game, the other team's fans aren't allowed to go. So if it's a Fenerbahce home game, Gala fans aren't allowed to go. The only time they're allowed to be in the same arena is when it's like EuroLeague.
Wow.
Yeah, they have
What are they paying here? You got to be getting some tickets for that.
Like spit shields over your bench.
That's what those are.
They have, I'm telling, like it is nothing like that.
Oh. Okay. So that I'm thinking football wise. When I see those overhang things, I never thought of it as like a spit shield, but I could totally see that being spit shields now. Okay. I'm sorry. I always just bring everything back to football. Cause it's just what I watch all the time. It's what I've grown up playing. It's part of me, So kind of like how when people grow up playing their sport, it's part of them. It's part of who they've been in the past, I guess, or whatever. And I just always thought it was like a protection for when it rains. Yo, I'm going to throw this out there, though. I was always a real dumb kid. Okay? Just for an example, my brother told me one time that there's a guy that can reach from inside your toilet. He lives in the sewers. He reaches through your fucking toilet and grabs you. I was scared for months. I was dumb. Okay, I'm still somewhat dumb. I'm learning, but I have issues, okay? But I believed him for whatever stupid ass reason. I think I watched too many. Like, he watching Candyman and shit, and he's like, "Oh, this is so cool," and I'm just like, I don't like it. You know, stuff like that. That's what I be believing. So, just a little FYI, I was dumb.
All right, yeah, I went out and played one time, and you remember David Shinches?
Yeah, I know.
Big Dave Shinches?
Yeah.
So we went over to Bormio, Italy like that, and they had chicken wires where they could throw bottles and stuff in the beer and come over so they wouldn't hit you. And then we had glass and stuff behind our bench because they used to spit on you.
No, it's for real.
Yeah,
like, it's
I remember that. I remember that.
Don't go, like, if you're a Fenner, like, I played for Fenerbahce. Don't go if you're Fenner across to, like, Gala McDonald's. Don't go.
That's a problem?
It's, like, a problem. Yes, like, you just don't go to that side of town. Like, it's real life, so... I didn't play in the Gala Fenner.
So like games, low
no,
key.
but I didn't play in the Gala Fenner Euro League when they were throwing stuff and whatever. But they were throwing fire on the floor. They had to stop the game. It was crazy. They had armed guards. It was
real,
crazy. Yeah, no, it's
so
real
the
life.
stuff that we see at soccer games.
Oh no, that's real life.
Like
that's real.
That's real life.
Yeah, that's real.
Like rivals are like.
Yeah, that's real.
Your family is Gala.
Yeah,
your
that's
grandfather,
real.
your great grandfather is Gala or
Yeah.
Fenner, whatever. It's real.
Sports are so much different overseas. There's so much tradition.
It's
so
all
much,
that cheering.
Yeah.
But I think here, they, you know, in the NBA, it's, you know, the tickets and everything, it's expensive to go to games sometimes. So overseas, it's a family affair. It's cheap.
Oh, wow.
They go.
They chant. They go there,
They have cheers. They have a cheering section. It's like soccer games.
During my first year in Europe, I had a 3-month stint in Croatia.
Ooh.
And we was playing a team that we needed to win that game. It was important a game for us. Anyway, we end up losing the game. And I hear my head coach from the bench just yell out, "Fight!" This nigga, fight! And I just see all my team, all the Croatian players just go start hitting other teams. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, they roughing. me and my other American teammate, because at that time, we gonna have 2 foreigners.
Yeah.
So,
the limit.
We looking like, yo, what the fuck is going on here? What's happening? I mean, it's all out brawl between the teams. Us and the other Americans, we was just looking like in shock.
Yo, honestly, if that was televised, let me know what game that was. I would love to see that. Were they just fighting and these guys like, we supposed to go? What? I like seriously fight? Like,
fighting.
Right, yeah.
I would love to see that.
And it ain't it's not like America where they can just stop it. They're gonna let you brawl for a little bit. Yeah, let you brawl.
Some blood.
Yeah, it's life or death out there. I was just like, yo, this shit out here is crazy.
Yeah.
But it make you appreciate Europe, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Like I really enjoy this.
Hey, I don't know what it is, bro. It's like when a bull see red. When I see green, it's like it's just ingrained to me now. So I'll talk about it from your side, bro.
I mean, for me, like, okay, I mean, I came up playing rivalries, you know, with the Duke, Maryland whole thing, or, you know, being in San Antonio with Dallas and Houston. You know, you got those matchups where you have, like, rivalries, and being in Fenner, playing against Galatasaray, that rivalry was crazy.
Yeah.
Partizan and Red Star got a crazy rivalry. At the time I was a Partizan, Red Star wasn't as good, so the rivalry was so strong. But coming into Panathinaikos and Olympiacos, you know, I always heard about it, but I never knew about it. You don't understand it until you actually get it. Like, it just feels you in a lion's den, you know. Like, in both ends, when you're the home team and when you're the away team, like, it's hot in that gym, you know, between the fans. Like he was saying earlier on the way to the games, like, they shut down roads. You got police officers, you know, riot police. They're standing on the side of the roads, like, every 100 feet. Yeah. Just boom, 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 boom. Just so, like, fans can't try no dumb mess on the buses. You got the security buses riding on both sides, so ain't nobody you know, it's crazy. It's that serious. The whole city shut down when these games come up. Everything is petty. If Olympiacos sign 2 players, and then they go on the media and start saying, like, oh, we signed 2 players, what Panathinaikos will sign 2 players? They do that. It's a competition. Who could win up the next? So, like, it's between the ownerships of the team. You know, it's bigger than basketball. It's not just, you know, it's bigger than sports. It's like it's something between the 2 teams. There's families, I guess, go. Yeah. But like it trickles down to the fans. You know, you can If you drive down Athens, you drive down that main street, Proficiat Avenue. You can drive from one side to the other, and on one side you see spray paint green. Once you get to a certain midpoint, you know, in Athens, once you hit that Kolanaki area, you get past Kolanaki, you start heading down, all that spray paint start turning red. Or if you do see any green spray paint, it's X'd out.
It's X'd out with red.
So it's like Crips and Bloods low key. Like it's like the fans really be beefing. Like people die over this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I remember being in clubs sometimes, and I remember getting rolled up on by some Olympiacos fans. This was one of the dopest moments that I remember. I got rolled up on some Olympiacos fans in the club one night. They was like, "Yeah, we got you one-on-one." Basically, it was like 5 of them, 4 or 5 of them. I'm like in the club, like, damn, I'm by myself. Like I ain't with nobody that I know from the team. Like. But if it's one of those moments, fuck it, it's one of those moments. I'm gonna have to get with it. Like I'm gonna catch 2 of y'all for sure. You know, that moment where I'm like, all right, by the size of the floor, they stand in front of me, like 3 Panther Nicholas fans come up on the side of me. They start speaking Greek stuff. Oh my God, this one like that. I'm sitting here looking like, yeah, what's up, what's up? Plus the fans, they kind of dispersed. They like, all right, so ain't nothing gonna happen right here. So I'm like, all right, so yeah, I know I'm good now. So, you know, we're chilling. It was like that. But you know, it's really like that. They beef out here over this. The whole city started when Olympiacos and Panathinaikos play, everything stopped. Yeah. If you lose that game, it's like losing. You lost a family member or something. You know, it's like a funeral.
Yeah, you can't go outside the next day. It's like people looking at you like.
Man, we lost y'all one time, man. We got cussed out so bad. The president was like, man, I got people calling me talking about I missed my daughter's birthday to watch this game. Birthday to watch this game? You tripping. You might have had to catch the stat line on the phone, bro. They take it serious, bro. These fans out here, it's like they love basketball more than we do. They just can't play it.
Yeah. Super powerful.
They want to play it for them. And that's where it comes from.
Okay, that was pretty good. I have to say, I think European sports fans are, in the best way saying this, are insane. Like, good way, you know? Like, they make it so that I want to go watch basketball at a European game. Maybe I'll start off with like a Spain game or some shit like that. So it's not insanely crazy like they say, like Greece or fucking Turkey, you know? I do have to say though, I feel like here in the US, they tend to start banning those type of people that would get into fights, that will start throwing shit, that would do certain things. You know, I just feel like that's what they tend to do. So all the like diehards, all the people that would make it more entertaining tend to get thrown out, or they just can't afford it now because now everything just costs so much damn money. It's kind of insane, you know? Like if you want to go to like a Warriors game, you gotta be paying like a couple $100. And, you know, with everything how it is now, it's like, I ain't going to be paying like $500 to go down, sit at a decent seat somewhere. You know, like even with hockey, like, I don't mind sitting all the way up in like the quote unquote nosebleed section because even still you got a good seat. But that's still like $100-something for a very high seat in the corner somewhere. And it's just like, okay, yeah, it's a good seat and all, but it's still $100 like a little over $100. Like everything's so damn expensive, you know. And if it had the experience that a European game did, I would gladly pay that $100. But because we don't got that type of atmosphere, you know. And then if you try and start getting stuff ready, you know, if you try and get stuff in the same level. No, I'm sorry. You need to keep it down. There's families here. There's this and that here. I'm just like, man, what in the hell? Like, I don't even think there's flares allowed at soccer games here in the U.S. There might be smoke bombs. Not necessarily bombs, but you know what I mean. Where just it smokes. You know, there might just be that. But I don't think there's flares allowed. I don't think there's Like there's so much security now. It's ridiculous. Like the last time there was a fight that I remember at a soccer game or a football game. It was actually pretty recently. There was a San Jose Earthquakes game. They were playing a Mexican team. I don't remember what team they were playing, but it was a friendly, and it someone jumped out onto the field and punched one of the players, in which then, one of our players decided to fucking get him into a headlock and bring him down to the ground. And then afterwards, there was gunshots, and 2 people or however many people were shot and shit, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, do they not know how to run sporting events? And shit be going crazy. Like, I mean, safety comes first, but I say that because I want everyone to be safe, but I want everyone to have a fun time, and I want everyone to experience something like this. In the sense of loud ass atmosphere, insane chanting the majority of the game, if not all game, jumping up and down, everyone's going crazy with scarves, holding it up like, whatever it is. But here in the US, we have certain groups in soccer. It's not like the whole side of one stadium's doing it. It's the culture. That's the problem. It's the culture. It's so different here. And it does suck, but I mean, we look out for player safety first and everyone's safety and all that, which is great, but I guess it does tend to take away from the atmosphere. Thank you so much for watching. If there's anything else you'd like me to react to, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll definitely give it a watch. And thank you so much for watching, and subscribe for more if you're interested, and I'll see you guys next time.